Hey guys, it's Jen. Hope you guys are having a good day. Thanks for the feedback about yesterday. It sounds like some of you were able to try some of those activities, and some of you guys are going to put them on the back burner for later when you're in need of some activities and you look forward to finding out about some more. Whether or not you're following along kind of with us or just using the activities, that's awesome. Sorry about the delay this morning. I meant to post earlier, but it just didn't happen. I had an appointment at the fracture clinic this morning to get my ankle looked at. Looks like another 5 weeks and I'll be walking again because my bone is fusing together really well. Now let's just all pray that my love for Diet Coke doesn't interfere with the fusing together, because apparently it interferes with your calcium levels. So fingers crossed on that, but hopefully in 5 weeks I will be walking again. Then after that, we had a little drive-by birthday celebration for the girl's good friend Kennedy. So happy birthday, Kennedy, again. That was a lot of fun. And while I was at the hospital this morning, Craig and the girls dropped me off for my fracture appointment. They went to Waterloo Park, which is still open right now. Just the parking lot's closed and you just had to walk a little bit. And they were able to see all sorts of animals this morning. So they were super pumped about that. And I was just going to suggest that that's a fun place for anyone living in the KW area to go check out and go see some animals, which fits in nicely for this week. So the girls had hoped to see pigs or goats there this morning, but no luck. But they did see lots of other cool animals. They saw Canadian geese, they saw ducks and goslings and donkey, mini horse, peacock, chicken, llamas, and even a muskrat coming out of the water. That's what a muskrat slash otter thing coming out of the water. So their favorite animal, they both said the favorite was the duck because they were so cute, and they did show me a video and they were pretty cute. And if I was technologically advanced or tech savvy, I would somehow input in the video of the cute ducklings. But let's face it, I still listen to CDs in my car and I'm old school, so that's probably not going to happen. But I did yesterday, as you may have seen on Facebook, did have help with some technology stuff by getting my own YouTube account. And that's how we figured out the issue, because it would appear that my video was too long to just upload. So I either need to shorten the video or just get a YouTube account, and then I can talk as long as I want. So, but you can fast forward to whatever you want to listen to, but I'm going to try to talk quicker today. Okay, so this morning I had asked the girls what their favorite animals were, and Callie's currently is Peppa, a pig. So inevitably that makes pigs her favorite animal this week at least. So I have on Book Flix, I'll post a link for a nonfiction and a fiction book for pigs. Nonfiction book just kind of talking all about pigs. Fiction book is Three Little Pigs, a story that I'm sure a lot of your kids have heard anyways. And then you can kind of generate some conversation with that, like what is your favorite animal and why? And maybe this week you can also kind of explore the animals. Another thing that we've done in the past just to get out of the house, because we've been a bit stir crazy, is just drive in the country, and we can see all sorts of farms and farm animals. And we've seen horses recently, we've seen cows. So that's another fun option as well, to kind of get out and just talk about farm animals and what comes from a farm, and just to we're just kind of trying to focus our conversation and focus our learning right now, because we're just trying to hold on to some kind of structure because we're all over the place. So another thing I was going to mention is later in this week, we are planning on planting seeds and kind of exploring how seeds grow and what you need to do to care for a seed or growing plant. So you can do curbside pickup at Lowe's or Home Depot, or maybe when you're getting your groceries, just kind of have a look out for some seeds. I do suggest getting, like from kindergarten teacher experience, I do suggest getting fast growing seeds. Kids like to see immediate growth. So also another idea is to put it in some kind of clear either cup or jar or whatever. That way you can kind of see the root system coming through. But I do suggest a fast growing seed such as a wildflower, or you can check online to see if you'd rather have a vegetable, but I think we're going to go for the wildflower because it kind of fills out nicely. So even if you want to make it like a head of hair or something, the kids usually like that. So anyways, on to some of our activities for today. So the field trip, as the girls like to call it this morning, was to Waterloo Park to see some of the animals, or you could take a drive and go and see some farm animals in the country on the outskirts of KW. So as for some of our other activities today, we're going to do something called Read the Room. Kids love to do this in kindergarten. There's a lot of variations to them. I'll definitely be doing it in other ways, but it's basically like a scavenger hunt. And I know my girls for sure love scavenger hunts, so this is kind of a fun activity, and it's adaptable from very young ages to older ages. So I will just kind of like give you the continuum of how you could do this with your kid, and you can adapt kind of accordingly. So what I did was we had a whole bunch of these letter magnets, which as a teacher, these are key. You can get these at Staples. And I just glued them to these giant popsicles slash tongue compression or decompression or tongue doctor type stick. I can't think of the name right now. So anyways, I just glued those on. If you don't have the magnets, that's no big deal at all. You can even just take a popsicle stick and put the letter on it. And the whole point is that you just need a letter on it. I just do this. That way I can do it again and use with the girls. And I also had enough of these letter magnets at my disposal that I was able to give up some. So I did put all 26 letters onto these popsicle sticks, we'll call them. But today I only took out about half. I took about 13 of them out just so I can save the rest for later. If you have a really keen child who really wants to check out even more, by all means put out as many as you want, but I just put out about half today, and we'll kind of see how it goes, and then maybe in the next few days I'll do it again with the girls. So what you're going to do is, it's just called read the room. They're just going to go look around the room for different text in the room and try to find these letters. So letter N, you can try to find all of these different letters from books you have in the room, magazines. You can strategically put letters in your room on sticky notes if you don't have much text in your room. So it's a fairly flexible activity, but it's just basically having the children seek out these these letters so they can also learn to recognize print, which will come in handy with reading and writing. So they're just, they're just looking for these letters. So a lot of different ways you can do that. For Callie, I'll probably send Callie around. I will send Callie around as well, but I might come with her and say, for example, if I were to come across an X, I might sort of wonder out loud, like, I think there might be an X on that book, and kind of point to the book, but still then it's narrowed it down for her, but then she can still scan and see. And, you want to help her, set her up for success, but also let her feel like she's kind of in charge of the task, but I'm just helping her and making it more manageable for her. So that is an awesome opportunity. For that, I won't have Callie use a clipboard, but Maya loves a clipboard. So Maya will write the letters that I have in the room that she's going to go find, and then she can just check mark off after the letters that she has found, sort of as a scavenger hunt kind of completion, that she's completed them all. Okay. The other activity that I was going to have today that is to do with patterning. So it depends what sort of the age of your child, and it depends where they are with their patterning. And but this is good for whatever age. Callie is easily able to do this as well. So it can kind of be two different types of activity. For Maya's, it will be patterning. For Callie, it might just be more of a tactile, fine motor activity where she's just taking the beads and she's putting them onto these pipe cleaners. So I have beads at home. Also can be found at Staples. You can order them online, big jars of them. Probably come like a big jar like this, which can be used for sure. You can also make bracelets out of these. But so when you're doing patterning, what I've done is on a few different pipe cleaners, I have started a pattern with Maya. So my pattern here is based on color. And the pattern is, she could identify, is AABB, AABB. And that is called the core of the pattern. And then they just need to repeat that. So you can just talk about how would you repeat that pattern. Or first you could try to have the child, that depends where they are in their learning with patterns. You could also have the child identify the pattern on their own. They can extend the pattern, have them recreate their own pattern, just identify a pattern. So there's lots of different levels. So for Callie, I'm going to try to have Callie identify patterns, but ultimately she may just put the beads on the popsicle sticks or on the pipe cleaners, and that's just fine. So I've done a few different variations. This pattern is, these are also just little teeny beads, and this pattern is flower star bear, and these you can see, so You can base the pattern around color, shape, size. There's lots of different ways. If you don't have beads and pipe cleaners, you can take any of the little counters or manipulatives that we got out yesterday and do it. You can do it by size. You can do big, small, big, small. So you can set up the pattern for your little one and see if they can extend the pattern, or you can challenge a student who is a little more confident with their patterning. You can also challenge them to create their own, just however they want. You can also just give them, you can say A, B, C, D. How would you continue that pattern? And then they can choose to find some sort of counter or whatever to extend that pattern. So they could use buttons, they could go by textures, they could find things that are smooth. So there's lots of different ways to do patterning at any age, and you can just see that you're going to do it different ways, from recognizing, identifying patterns to being able to create and extend their own pattern. So again, lots of different age groups that works for. Again, on the topic of beads, you can also get some really cool letter beads. So when I bought beads, I also got them from Staples. I swear I don't work for Staples, but I should be, the amount I endorse them, I should be getting some cut of the commission. Anyways, they have all sorts of letter beads, and I got a bunch of these, and with these letter beads, I just kind of made this little jar. So all I did was take a Voss water bottle. I just put rice in it, and then I just put all different sorts of different letter beads in it. So the girls sometimes play with these in the car, and just kind of searching out different letters. So Maya might go in order and look for the alphabet A, B, C, D, whereas Callie might just sort of try to find and recognize the letters that she has in her own name. Now, I will give you a pointer. Make sure you glue on the top shut. That is a rookie mistake that I made, and it made quite a mess. So learn from me. So anyways, I think that's all for today. The only other thing I was going to mention is try keeping your recyclables, because we'll definitely be able to use them at home. They can be great learning tools. So teachers tend to be a little bit of creative thinkers / hoarders, however you want to, whatever you want to call it. But I keep a lot of stuff. So we keep a lot of toilet paper rolls, paper towel rolls, because I know that later, especially when we don't have access to be going out and accessing other learning materials, I know these will come in handy. So keep yours, because it would be a shame to have to go garbage hunting or trying to track them down later when you know that they're usually around. So anyways, I hope you guys have an awesome day. Continue to make home connections with farming. There's lots of stuff you can talk about while you're eating dinner, food in your fridge, what comes from a farm. So there's lots of different activities. I look forward to reconnecting with you guys again tomorrow. And also feel free to message me, send me pictures of you guys doing the activities, because I certainly appreciated some of the messages and pictures that I got yesterday. So anyways, stay safe, guys. Talk to you